A top-tier law career does not happen by accident. It is built brick by brick through deliberate, compounding effort over time. To get there, you need a step-by-step scheduling tool. We are going to map out what you need to do and when you need to do it to build a profile that matches what top recruiters are looking for.
We are going to build that standout elite CV together, and I promise you, it doesn't involve any overnight cramming.
Okay, let's dive into this. Before we map out the journey, we really need to understand our destination, right? What exactly does a perfect law CV look like? I know it's incredibly easy to get overwhelmed by everyone else's seemingly impossible achievements. But if we take a step back and reverse engineer the ultimate flawless law resume, it actually boils down to a very specific, totally manageable set of categories. Think of your CV as, well, the ultimate investment portfolio. There are exactly 7 core components we need to fund over the next 4 years. First up, you've got your education, your university, and your CGPA. Then, professional experience, which primarily means your internships. You'll need publications, like articles or journal entries, and achievements, such as Moot Courts and Alternative Dispute Resolution, or ADR. Rounding the whole thing out are positions of responsibility, PORs, courses and certifications, and finally, a brief section for your genuine interests and hobbies. That's it. That's the entire puzzle. We're going to tackle this one manageable milestone at a time. So, let's start with year 1. Explore widely and build foundations. If you're a first-year law student, I need you to listen closely. Your only job right now is laying a solid, low-pressure foundation. Look, I know that first semester can leave you completely exhausted. So during your very first semester break, you should really just be looking at remote internships. Specifically, think about applying to an NGO, a public policy department, a think tank, or even a small litigation chamber. These are absolutely ideal starting points because they let you safely test out your interests and just kind of dip your toes into the legal waters. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how starting remote intentionally keeps the expectations a bit lower. A remote setup offers a nice, gentle learning curve. It completely removes that intense, sink-or-swim pressure of an in-office litigation environment right out of the gate. Because honestly, your primary focus in year 1 is just adapting to the wild rigor of law school itself. Your internship should be about discovery, not burning out. So your action items for year 1 are pretty straightforward. Try different types of internships across both your semester breaks. Absolutely do not lock yourself into one single field yet. Keep an open mind. And critically, step up and volunteer for university fests, moots, or conferences. Joining those organizing committees right now builds vital networking connections and gets you those crucial early position of responsibility points on your CV. All right, looking at our 4-year progression, you've completed the explore phase. You've cast a wide net. You've settled into the rhythm of law school. Now we're shifting gears and moving right into the skill-building phase. This is where we start getting highly strategic. Moving right along to year 2, build the pipeline. Typically, your second year offers a slight dip in academic pressure compared to the absolute shock of year 1. It's this golden window of opportunity, and we are going to use it to lay down long-term pipelines that will pay off massively for us later. First, you want to participate in your university's internal Moot Court and ADR selection rounds. Second, attach yourself to a legal research or subject center like an IP, corporate, or human rights cell. Why? Because doing the groundwork there now leads directly to highly coveted research assistantships later on. You should also grab some CV-relevant short courses during your breaks, and this is the year to finally complete a proper in-person litigation chamber internship to really round out that profile. So, the crucial point is this. You must start your publication pipeline right now. You need to begin submitting manuscripts in your second year. Editorial review at journals and blogs is notoriously slow. I mean, sometimes it feels like they're reading it by candlelight. It can take months, and actual publication might follow 6 or more months after you hit submit. It's a waiting game. So invest the time now so those publications magically appear in print by your 3rd and 4th years. And hey, here is a number you absolutely cannot ignore. 15 to 20. If you're aiming for top-tier law firm recruitment, particularly at national law universities, maintaining a class rank in the top 15 to 20 is absolutely critical. Do not let your grades slip while you're busy building your extracurriculars. Your rank is often the ultimate gatekeeper for those initial interviews. Checking back in on our progression timeline, we've explored and we've built our skills. That carefully constructed foundation is about to really bear fruit as we push forward into year 3. Because now, it's time to specialize. Welcome to year 3. Pick your niche. Brace yourself, because year 3 is generally the most CV-defining and literally the busiest year of your entire law school experience. And this brilliantly illustrates the massive shift in your overall strategy here. Remember how year one was all about remote, low-pressure exploration of really broad legal fields? Well, year three is all about on-campus law firm recruitment and deliberate, focused niche specialization. At many universities, this is when law firms actually visit campus, and their shortlisting is heavily rank-based. It's high stakes, and you need a highly targeted profile. Because the stakes are so much higher now, your internships have to be highly deliberate. You need to explore specific niches like competition law, intellectual property, international law, or honestly, whatever highly specific field you are genuinely drawn to. Why does this matter so much? Because recruiters are going to look at your third-year internships and permanently associate you with that practice area. You're actively shaping their perception of who you are as a professional. No pressure, right? Now, I know that sounds like a massive undertaking, but you also have to keep the plate spinning. While you're specializing your internships, you've got to continue building those positions of responsibility, your publications, and your Moot achievements in parallel. Yes, it's intense. But remember that pipeline we painstakingly built in year two? Letting it run in the background while you focus on your niche is exactly what secures that heavy-hitting final CV.
Let's move to and see how this builds toward our final destination. We are officially transitioning from year three's intense specialization into the ultimate milestone of your entire law school journey. Year 4.
Here we are, year 4, consolidate everything.
Welcome to the finish line. This is where the magic really happens. All of that slow, methodical compounding of your academic and professional portfolio from the last 36 months is finally coming together into one beautiful masterpiece. Just look at the complete Year 4 CV checklist. Because you diligently followed the roadmap, your education section shows a strong, consistent record. Your experience shows both the breadth of your early exploration and the depth of your recent specialization. Under publications, you now have multiple printed pieces because you smartly submitted them way back in year 2. You got tangible Moot and ADR achievements, major powers like organizing roles and assistantships, a great collection of courses, and a genuine interest section. Every small action from the past 3 years has naturally populated this incredibly balanced resume.
The ultimate goal has been achieved. This beautifully consolidated, comprehensive CV, this is your golden ticket. It's the exact document you'll now use to confidently apply for full-time jobs, prestigious further internships, or those highly competitive judicial clerkships. You have built exactly what top-tier recruiters are looking for.
Finally, let's talk about the secret. Compound your efforts. As we bring this explainer home, it's really important to acknowledge that which specific practice areas you choose or which competitions you prioritize, all of that is entirely subjective. It depends completely on your unique interests. But the underlying mechanism for achieving success, that is entirely universal. The universal truth is this: start each component early, because most of them, publications, rank, PORs, compound slowly over 4 years rather than appearing overnight. I want you to really absorb that. A great law CV is a slow, compounding investment. You literally cannot cram for a perfect resume the night before placement season begins. So, looking back at this 4-year roadmap, the path to the top of the legal profession isn't some huge mystery anymore. It's just a matter of putting the blocks in place one by one. The timeline is laid out, the strategy is crystal clear, and the pipeline is entirely yours to construct. Which brings us to the ultimate question for your career. What will you start building today?
Just trying to wrap your head around the legal world a little bit better? Consider this your official invitation. Subscribe to Titiksha.legal. It is a space designed specifically for you to learn, question, and explore.